Hello, welcome to part two of this purposeful home environment series. And today is all about the 3 mistakes that parents make when they are approaching their home life. So in their home life approach. So to start with this, let's think of some of the most successful methods of education today, Montessori and Waldorf. They are progressive methods of education, and the hallmark for those two approaches is creating a home-like environment where children will be doing everyday tasks, and they are trying to replicate this, let's make food together, clean up, giving young children the opportunity to, be in charge of their environment, of sweeping, of chopping an apple or a banana, of making bread, of doing those everyday things. So these are such successful approaches to education, and what they're trying to do is replicate the home. So why are we who have the home environment are not using the home environment to help our children develop those skills that they do develop and that we all know now that they are developing: attention, concentration, coordination, collaboration, thinking, creativity, and then self-help, confidence through those everyday tasks. So the children go to school in a home-like environment that they try to replicate, and then they come home and they do anything but the home-like everyday activities. So something is wrong with the way that we are approaching our home life. So I have worked with thousands of parents, and in working with them, I discovered that the home environment can contribute to a lot of the troubles and challenges that they come up to me with. So they come up with, bedtime hassles, mealtime hassles, battles over clothes, their, destructive behavior from their children that are lacking attention, lacking coordination, lacking concentration, lacking confidence or organization or independence. So all those things can be helped just by having a more purposeful home environment. So Sierra, she is busily cutting flowers, arranging them in vases, and then she's placing the vases around the environment. She then takes a banana from the fruit basket, she slices a banana, she serves it to her friends, and then after she cleans up this banana slicing work, she sits next to a friend and she starts to polish a penny with some vinegar and salt, using a Q-tip to polish this penny. Sierra is 3, and of course she is in a Montessori environment, but we see this with children in a Waldorf environment. My children will be bread making, sweeping, cleaning, chopping vegetables to make a vegetable soup, or they're grinding wheat or rye for a porridge. They're doing those activities every day, gardening, harvesting. So these are descriptions of children who are thriving. They are feeling purposeful, meaningful. They're contributing members of that community. And this is what we want to create in our homes. So the first mistake that parents make is child-proofing a home instead of child-preparing a home. So here's what I mean by this. I used to go to people's homes and have an in-home consultation with them where I would walk through their houses with a checklist, the checklist that you guys have to print out that I'm giving away, that very same checklist. And I would walk around and we would be sort of assessing the environment, and I would guide them on what to do to change and transform that environment. And I would even do it with them. Back in the day, I used to actually go there and help them transform their playroom, take everything out, declutter, put it back, and do all that. So once I was doing one of these consultations, and I could see, so I had both the mom and the dad there, the couple, and we were gonna walk through the house, but I could see that that father was confused. He said right away, this home is already prepared, made for the children. This home is already ready for the children. In fact, this home is all about the children. And then he would be pointing at the gates around the fireplace, around the stair, and around the entertainment center, and all the gadgets in the kitchen and the living room area. And then that just hit me that we have this notion of child-proofing a home. We don't have the understanding of child preparing a home. So it's very different. And child-proofing a home, don't get me wrong, it's wonderful if you have young children. It's very important that your home is a safe environment. But you want to go beyond safety. So you want an environment that's not just safe, but it's safely accessible. So it has to be safely accessible to the child. And so this is much deeper. And it's an environment that you don't have to be saying no all the time, interrupting all the time, interfering with what the child is doing. You don't have to be over monitoring the child. You don't have to be chasing them around all the time. So you want an environment that is safely accessible. And you also want an environment where the child does not need a lot of help from the adult. So that's the first mistake. We create environments, homes, in which the child needs the adult for most everything, for most tasks that we're performing on a daily basis. And I'm gonna quote Maria Montessori here, because she has a great quote, and it's actually in my book. And she says, the first aim of the prepared environment is, as far as it is possible, to render the growing child independent of the adult. That is, it's a place where he can do things for himself, live his own life without the immediate help of adults. And that's by Dr. Maria Montessori. So that is mistake number one, that we child-proof, don't child-prepare, and our children are very dependent on us, and we have to interrupt them a lot. So let me go down on my notes. And now, mistake number two. Mistake number two is homes that are too busy, too cluttered, and too overwhelming, or too overstimulating. So we're living in busy homes. We got busy schedules, and we sometimes are chaotic and cluttered. So if you want your child to be calm, your child to have attention and focus, and if you want your child to be independent and confident and peaceful, then you need to have a home that is peaceful, an environment that is soft colors, that it is cleared and clean and decluttered, that it's sort of like, think of a spa-like environment. That's the reason why people set up a spa, to look very minimum, very calming, very soothing, maybe a soothing music on the background, so you can get in that state of mind. The same thing we want to do at home. And even if you're going to sell your house, or if you've been, bought a house or sold a house before, you know that people will stage a house to look like that, to look really peaceful, soothing, calming, clear, decluttered, because that's what is pleasing to the eyes. That is what we're looking for. But that's not the reality of our homes. We got piles, we got, stuff all over the place. But we want to get a little bit more conscious about how our environment may be giving us a vibe or an energy to us and to our children, that it's not actually what we want from them. So you want calm children? Have a calm home. And the bedroom, I have an example. So parents come to me with bedtime hassles, and then I usually tell them to show me the bedroom or for them to describe the bedroom. And then I can see right away why they're having bedtime hassles. Often parents will describe a bedroom that is really bright colored. For some reason, the industry for babies, toddlers, children think that, bright primary colors is a good idea, and it's not. So it's bright, it's colorful. Sometimes there's a lot of toys in a bedroom or a lot of books. There's sound machines, there's lights, there is posters, artwork, things on the wall. I had a family even had little Christmas lights around the room. So no wonder the child is not wanting to go to sleep when it's bedtime. Who would, right? So we want, for example, the bedroom to be a place for rest where there is nothing to do in there but to fall asleep. So keep that in mind. And sometimes parents come to me with problems in their play area, or the children don't clean up, or they take everything out at once. They are banging things around, they're destroying, there's this destructive behavior when they're playing. Or they take something and then they move on in 2 seconds, they are already playing with something else, and in 10 minutes everything is out, and then they don't want to put it away, and they go on, right? So I explained that if they have too many to choose from, then it's hard to stay focused. If you only have a few choices, you can actually choose better. You can even see what's available, and you only have a handful of things available. Then it's easier to make a choice. We all know today that we're overwhelmed by choice, right, in our lives. So yes, children have a hard time finding out or figuring out which toy to even want to play with first. So if we have less, they can see better what's out there, then they can choose better, and then they can focus on that one activity they're performing for a longer period of time, because it's not as distracting and overwhelming, especially then if your playroom is really peaceful, soothing, calm, and not super overstimulating. So they can actually stay on task longer periods of time. And then when it's time to clean up, there's only so much to clean. When you only have a handful of toys available, then you only have a handful of toys to pick up. So usually I say if it takes more than 5 minutes to clean, you got too much. And that goes for every room in the house. It should only take a couple minutes, a few minutes for you or for the children to pick up. So that's mistake number 2. Homes that are too busy, too cluttered, too overwhelming, too overstimulating. And then mistake number 3. Children are not engaging in simple everyday tasks. So we all like to help, to be meaningful, to have purpose, and that's why I call the book and everything that I do the purposeful child, right? So we're seeking that. We want meaning, we want to feel important, we want to be a contributing member of the community, right? And children would like to do the everyday tasks of washing fruits and vegetables, of setting and clearing the table, of sorting, folding, putting away laundry, of gardening, sweeping, all those things. They in fact pretend that they're doing that in their play. They play pretend cooking, they play pretend that they are talking on the phone, they pretend that they are cooking or cleaning, sweeping, that they're taking care of a baby, that they are giving a bath, because they would actually like to do the real thing. They like to do what we do. So we need to take advantage of that desire that they have, and of all the skills that they would learn and what they would gain from actually performing those everyday tasks. So you want to involve the child in the everyday life in your family. And you want to, like I always give the example of the moms who come to me and say, I have to put them in front of the TV so I can get dinner ready. And then I say, you want to actually use those opportunities, the time that you need to get dinner ready. And of course, some days you may not have it in you to do it, and then you do have to find something, for them to do so you can have that quiet time so you can make a dinner. But on a regular basis, that is such a special time for you to actually have them with you helping, and they become part of that process, and you are actually strengthening the family relationship while getting dinner done, and you're avoiding screen time. So it's really important that children are invited and encouraged to do the everyday tasks with us, on a daily basis. And you want to do this because one day when they're grown adults and they're coming home for Thanksgiving dinner, we do expect that they are going to help us at the table, that they will maybe give a hand, and that we're going to all work together and have this beautiful, relationship as we're doing things, and then that we can sit and have a good meal instead of having your children looking at their phones, texting, watching TV the whole day. We actually expect that from our grown adults, children. But if we don't start now, we're not going to get to that point when we are experiencing that later on in life. So that's mistake number 3, that we don't give them enough opportunities to work on everyday tasks at home and be a contributing member of the family with the prepping a meal or cleaning or just being cooperating with the household. So that's the mistake number 3. And what you can do to have this smooth home is super simple. It's just more time and less stuff, doing less. So it's doing less, having less, and then having more time. So what I mean by this is that if you have an environment that is less, right, more calming, more soothing, decluttered, you already heard about the benefits of that, right? Of choosing what to do, being able to stay on task, being able to clean up more easily, being more peaceful and calm because of that. And then doing less means that you're not going to be hurried and busy, right, from one thing to the next, or trying to accomplish something and having to put them away in front of a screen, because you actually have more time and more ease to get things done. So then when you have the time, so if you have less to do and you have less to keep and you have less to take care, less to clean, all of that, then you have more time. And because you have more time, now your children can go through this process of getting dressed, doing things for themselves, being in charge of their environment, of cleaning up after themselves, having those life skills and self-help skills, and you can give them that gift. You don't have to do it for them, because often we do it for them because it's quicker and it's more effective and more convenient, and because we need to go from one place to the next. So we are tempted to take away those opportunities because of our lack of time and because we have too much. So if we want our homes to just be more smooth and run more smoothly overall, we want to think that we want less of things to do and things to keep and things to have, and just more of time to do and time to go through the process without being rushed. So they can make mistakes, so they can clean up, so they can do things slowly, so they can actually, learn how to do all that. So this is it. This is the 3 mistakes. So the first one was that we child-proof and don't child-prepare. So we want a home that is safely accessible. And then the second one is that our homes are too busy, too cluttered, overwhelming, and overstimulating. And then the third one is that we're not giving our children the opportunity to do the everyday tasks on a daily basis, and we're taking away those opportunities for them to learn the skills, the attention, the coordination, the independence, the cooperation, the confidence, the independence, the organization, the self-help, and all those life skills. So please grab the checklist, which is the checklist that when I used to go to people's home, that's what I would use myself. And then watch the video where I show our home, it's our old home, and our children were younger, and it's them doing the everyday tasks. So it gives you a very, concrete, and it's really inspirational on how to transform your home. So I will catch you next week. And next week we're going to be talking about the big secret for you to have this prepared home environment really working for you and for your children. So I will see you next Thursday at 1:30. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, something that came up while I was doing this live session, post it down under this video and I will try to get to it later. And then I will be posting the link for where to find the checklist and video, the free checklist and video. So good luck with transforming your home environment, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you.